Beyond the Pleasuredome, the Lost Occult Works of Burt Shonberg is an exhibition at the Buckland Museum of Witchcraft and Magic in Cleveland, Ohio, and chronicles work that the Los Angeles artist Burt Shonberg created between roughly 1954 and 1965, with the bulk of it being centered in 1958 to 1961. The works came to the Stephen Romano Gallery through the children of George Clayton Johnson, one of 3 owners of the Cafe Frankenstein. Burt Shonberg was another. George had retained 13 or 14 paintings and drawings from a time when Shonberg was really kind of growing from an illustrator into an artist of his own.
Today is a very important day in the history of occult arts as the opening of Beyond the Pleasuredome. And I have to say that there's one piece that's becoming almost an obsession to me. Brian, do you have any backstory to this piece right here?
In a way, this is kind of the magnum opus of his era, creating occult art based around the ideas of Aleister Crowley and Marjorie Cameron's influence on him. Shonberg had a relationship with the artist Cameron, who had been in the inauguration of the Pleasuredome film from 1954 by filmmaker Kenneth Anger. And so, as I was curating the show, it became clear to me that Cameron had had a huge influence on Shonberg's approach and on his work, and particularly in terms of subjects.
One of the great mysteries is House of Usher and his work with Roger Corman.
Yeah, Forrest J. Ackerman, or Forry Ackerman, who was the publisher of Famous Monsters of Filmland, told me that he was Burt's manager, that Burt had done some early drawings for him, and that Burt was able to get connected to some movie projects.
I asked Roger Corman's people for Roger would provide a quote, and I just expected a little small paragraph, but he gave us a short memoir of his time with Burt.
I think what ties the work together is Shonberg's sense of exploring the edges and the limits of his mind. And so I think he was willing to push himself to that edge via his various association with these underground creatures of Los Angeles subculture, also his experimentation with drugs, particularly with peyote, as well as his experimentation with LSD starting around 1960. You see Shonberg sort of documenting these experiences, maybe in some way even looking for a language, and he reaches out to other styles that are already existing in the culture of mid-century art and illustration, such as Cubism, Expressionism, Abstract Expressionism, Surrealism. And in that way he kind of pastiches them and combines them in ways that are somewhat unusual, but I think it's the subjects and it's the interest that he has in kind of going into areas of the mind that are unexplored and coming back and documenting them through his drawing and painting that really makes him unique. At the end of the day, the artworks just lead you deeper into the mind of Burt Shonberg.